Hey guys, welcome back to the layout once again. Today I'm doing a little bit of track work, so we're going to take a look at what we're doing. This is going to be another construction video, probably a little shorter, and this is all we're going to talk about today. I plan on doing more of these sorts of videos, kind of emphasizing a more singular point, so videos will be more concise and precise, and hopefully I'll get more videos up that way as well, because in the past I've done longer length videos focusing on the work I've done in a day or over a weekend on the layout. So anyway, today's focus is end ties. So if you use FlexTrack, most people tend to take the end ties off. They look kind of like this. They're a little weird, and they're shaped like that so that you can fit the rail joiners on without interfering with the normal sets of ties. And you know, they just look a little odd, so that's why people take them off. Of course, in hindsight, honestly, it wouldn't be that hard to modify them. Just, you know, paint that middle bar section to ballast color and add some tie plate detail. And honestly, it would save a lot of time and probably make track work a little more seamless in some locations. But nonetheless, I have taken the end ties off around all the layout. And now we're going to take a look at just a couple things you need to do in order to make sure that you replace the end ties properly. So of course, when you replace the end ties, you don't put the weird ones back in, you put your normal set in. So I have a section here and a whole bucket, or I guess a container, I would say, of ties down there that I've accumulated from you know, cutting rail, and I've wound up with a lot of weird sections of track. So those are the ties that I have left over. Section we're looking at down here, well, let me take this with us, sorry. So there's a little section just beyond the crossover here. You can see the ties are missing there. So what I'm going to do first, you know, you just got to check to make sure how many ties you want to go back in there. So it doesn't look like it would fit 3, so 2 is our magic number. I've already determined this, obviously. So I snipped off 2 ties from this section. And then there are 2 important things you need to do. One is pretty obvious. You can see there are details like tie plate and rail spike detail. I couldn't think of the word. There we go. Rail spike detail on the top of these ties. So you're gonna have to cut those off, because if you try to slide any ties under there without that off, they're not gonna fit. So after you do that, you can see it's pretty flush on the top there. But another important thing to do is to sand it down. So you can see the back of this, it's not focusing, there we go, is somewhat sanded down. It's a little shorter now, and I just used some pretty large grain sandpaper there, and then it should fit under. And the reason you do that is, and actually this is a bad example because you can see there are no rail joiners here, but in a section where there are rail joiners, like you see right here, sliding, you could slide the ties under there without sanding them down, but it'll be a pretty tight fit, and what you might notice later on is that the ends of the rail will actually kind of bow up and create a crown, and that is not great for operations, and pretty bad in corners too. I've had that happen in the past where trains will tend to hop the rails because there's a little kink in the rail around a curve. So anyway, I have done both of those modifications here. Again, you gotta take off the tie spike detail and sand it down a little bit, and then it should slide under there nice and easy. So then, of course, gotta make sure it's aligned this way, and then we will look this way down the rails. Looks like it's, for the most part, aligned. And you can see it makes quite a difference. So now it looks pretty smooth. Everything blends together nicely, and if you take this out, you can see how much of a difference that does make. So not only is it more realistic, but it takes the eyes away from the joints in the rail. So like here, you can see not only the little tiny gaps in the rail, but also the rail joiners there. When you get the ties back under there, it kind of makes that all go away, and you know, blends it in, so those sort of discrepancies disappear to the eye. Anyway, that I think is all I have. It's really easy. I just wanted to share those 2 points because I worked on a layout with a friend Actually, I'm still working on it, but early on when we were dealing with flex track, kind of for the first time, we didn't do a super good job with putting the ties back in there. So there are a few places where the rail bows up. So we finally learned to sand them down and make all those modifications. So anyway, if you take a look here, you can see how much of a difference it does make. If you just pay attention to the crossover here, of course ignoring this, everything blends together very smoothly, looks professional, realistic, and just more sturdy. So that's that. I think that's all I have for this video. I will be sure to get more content up soon. As I said, I'm going to do more of these sorts of shorter videos, and again, that's all I have. So stay tuned for more videos soon. I have some stuff in the mail on the way that I'm going to work on, probably work on some buildings. I have a lot more construction-oriented stuff to do on the layout, especially the upper level. So I'll get to that. I'll have some more updates, have some more construction videos, and plenty of running videos as well. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.